Here with head football coach Steve Johnson, and Coach, 2015 is here, and we are ready to go this week. Talk about what camp has been like for your guys and how you're excited to step into the season.
Well, it's been a different camp for us. We've just had an extended camp where the last 4 years really we've come in and we had a bye in our first deal, and so other people were around. This year it was really neat to be back to that format, to where we're kind of just on campus. The intensity, the joy of the guys being back, bringing in the young guys, getting them kind of used to the culture, but in a kind of bringing them in a happy way. But also expectations are a lot different when you're playing college football compared to high school, and it's just the mentality of the guys has to kind of change quickly. But I felt like our older guys, our leadership, just did a great job with that.
Well, you mentioned it. You don't get that first week bye, so you're going to hit the ground running. What do you do early on to get those, especially the younger classmen, ready to get into game shape, and then how do you train the upperclassmen so they're ready?
Yeah, we really have to have our football team ready to go to play the game, and so the young guys, where there's a teaching every single day, our older guys have to do a lot of that teaching. As coaches, we teach our guys, and then the guys teach the young guys, and that's how it kind of goes. As you get closer to the game and kind of season things, the younger guys have to kind of switch roles, become scouts, and do something, but they really have to stay up with things because they're needed in depth and all those different, all the different pieces of putting a program together that's going to stand the test of the whole season. And so you have to make some predictions that way. But working hard with one another and playing hard, high expectations mixed with high care for one another equals high growth, and that's what we felt like camp has been.
That's great. Well, early on in camp, you had a pretty good battle at quarterback, obviously replacing a 3-year starter in Eric Peterson. Talk about the progression of who you're going to put in, starting behind center, and what your expectations are Thursday night.
Well, if you have to lose Eric Peterson, which is not an easy thing to do, you can lose some sleep over that. The good news would be we are extremely excited about the character and the ability of Andrew DeZurek coming in, Joey Lee coming in, returners, and then Trey Anderson, who's a guy we know really well. And all three of those guys have performed really well. We feel like Andrew he's gonna have the nod here, opening up with Stout. He's a terrific player. He's got the poise. He's got all those things. But Trey Anderson has come right into that mix, and Joey Lee is such a good athlete that we're able to teach him a little bit of receiver at the same time. So it's still bad news to have a quarterback. I was telling people that, what do you expect at quarterback? And I said that's what I don't think. Some of the things that Eric does or did, you take for granted, and all of a sudden something's going to happen. I haven't seen that in 3 years, and so that's kind of cool too, though. It's just the whole deal is neat, and it is about now. It's about what Eric gave us and what we gave him, and that legacy goes on, and the new guys have the fun opportunity.
Well, this week you get right into the season, and you kick off the 2015 year with your first night game. And talk about, are there any challenges to playing a night game, or is it kind of add that much momentum for the guys to play under the lights?
Well, I think one of the things that is exciting about it, number one, is it's supposed to be like 88 degrees that day, so we're glad we're playing at night. Number two, it is a different thing, and what we've talked about in camp, and I think this is an experience thing, and is that we need to manage injuries, we need to manage weather, we need to manage late, you're late to, there's just different things. So I like it when there's not, if everything goes real smoothly all the time, even in our own lives, you kind of just start taking things for granted, and then all of a sudden something big comes up and you're like, ooh, and you're kind of wigging out. And so I think it's really good for our guys to have this different deal. It has been odd, but, and the coaches, need a little more sleep, but I think the guys have reacted to it well, and that there's a poise that comes in that, I think.
Great. Well, this Thursday night we begin the 2015 season. Looking forward to a great season, Coach.
Can't wait.